Emmanuel, very, very good morning.
Good morning, Emmanuel.
Good morning, guys.
How are you? You keeping well? All good?
Yeah, I try. I just gonna go to the sport, to the gym, to make myself a good day. So I try to do everything I can.
You can't take Ray Parlour with you because he just goes to the bar or the pub every day. Last night, ahead of a big weekend coming up for Arsenal, Tottenham have started the season well. It was important Arsenal got a good performance in last night, and boy, it was very, very good.
Yeah, definitely. It was a great comeback in the Champions League, a great return. It was a joy to watch the game yesterday, and some way, I found the Gunners the same way they used to play last season, with great movement, great passing, and all together on the same direction. And since the beginning of the season, they were winning games, and they were struggling to score goals, to finish the game.
Yes.
But I was a little bit disappointed by the way they played. I didn't recognize, the DNA of Arsenal last season. But yesterday, they seemed to enjoy their game the same way they did last season.
Manu, do you think they can push Manchester City harder this year to win the Premier League? Because they had a great opportunity last year and blew it. 9 games to go, only won 3. Can they push City much harder and closer?
This question, I think so many clubs in England have been asking the same question, and you can see that Manchester City has been the train that leads the Premier League for years and years. So they are the reference in Europe. So Arsenal, they are growing up so fast for the last 2 seasons, the way they play, the way they show ambition all together. I think it will depend of injuries. It will depend as well of the Champions League competition, because it's something new for most of the players. So it's not the same when you play European Cup, on Thursday night, that when you play Champions League game as well. So they need to improve on some stages if they want to reach as well Manchester City. But for the moment, I think there's still a gap between the two teams.
Emmanuel, it looks like David Raya is going to be number 1 now for Arsenal. People might say it's harsh, but a lot of Arsenal ex-players are saying that sometimes you have to be harsh as a manager to win titles. What do you think of the situation?
Well, have you seen what Arteta has done with Aubameyang, the captain of the team? So I think he's ruthless. And if you want to be a top manager, you cannot put emotion between you and players. You have to manage
Spanish Brendan
the way
Rodgers,
you want to
better
do
win
it.
Champions League or
Sometimes you
League.
have to take harsh decisions. And I can understand Ramsdale's situation. I'm pretty sure he's quite upset about that.
Yeah.
But if you look at Raya, he does the job as well. So when you play on big clubs like Arsenal, you need competition on every position. But when you put 2 good goalkeepers together, sometimes it's a risk. You can put problems in the dressing room. We've seen that in Paris, with Donnarumma and Navas as well. So it's a weird situation for Ramsdale, but he needs to accept that. He will get times to play because they play every 3 days. So
yeah,
he will put rotation in the team.
Manny, what about Declan Rice? He's fitted in fine, no problem, playing well.
I'm in love with this guy, and before he arrived in Arsenal, I was begging Arsenal to sign him for 2 or 3 years already, because I think this guy is a born leader, and natural born leader, and he has so many qualities. He shows so many maturity and composure on the pitch, and this is exactly what Arsenal was needed, for stages, for so many years. Saka and Partey has done a great job last season, but I remember when Arsenal used to win title and fight for the big prizes, it was always there were always so many great holding midfielders. So
yes.
I think Wright is a perfect player for Arsenal.
Now, big game coming up. Tottenham, who started well under Ange Postecoglou, started well. This is a big game. Now, you scored in a North London derby. How big a game was that for you?
This is something special. We all know how different those kind of games are for the players. It's a big derby, and it's something that it's in the mind of the players. Every time, when you start the Premier League, you see the schedules, you see the games coming, and you always sprint, the special games just like Tottenham. And this game, after what happened yesterday, after what happened since the beginning of the season, both teams, are top of the table at the moment, and it will be very interesting how Arsenal will cope, after, playing on Champions
Sure.
League yesterday.
Yeah,
But
sure.
For me, if Arsenal, again, I insist on this, if Arsenal can keep the way they play just like yesterday, just like they used to play last season, I think it will be difficult for Tottenham.
I think as well, Emmanuel, you said it just. I think you're right in what you said. Arsenal should be used to winning the big trophies. Do you think Mikel Arteta is the right man to bring back the success to Arsenal?
I definitely believe in it. He received so many criticisms, when he first signed for Arsenal. It took probably 16 months, for him to set up exactly what he wanted on the pitch, but as well in the dressing room. And the way he managed the team, the way he's got a vision on the pitch, I think it's a great thing for Arsenal to keep faith and confidence on Arteta. And I believe, because for the last 2 years, this team has improved so much individually and collectively. So let him work, with the team. He knows exactly what he wants to do, and I'm pretty sure sooner or later they will win a silverware.
Yeah. Do you think this side, Manu? I think they're very patient. Maybe Mikel Arteta has learned from Pep, because Manchester City knock the ball about and take the time, patient. Whereas sometimes I speak to Arsenal fans saying we're too slow at the back. We should get at teams more, a little bit more quicker. But do you think this would you agree that they are more patient than perhaps the team that you played in?
It depends on the opponent as well. Arteta tried to copy Guardiola as well. His work, he's been under his management for years as well in Manchester City. So again, as I said before, City is a reference in Europe for the European Cup winner. But as well, they've been winning the Premier League for years and years. So if he can reach the same work in the same target and Guardiola, then that will mean Arsenal will win silverware. So I understand what the fans are saying about it's slow at the back sometimes, but you need to control the game. You need to be passionate. But in the meantime, don't forget your DNA. Again, I repeat on it because for me it's very important. DNA of Arsenal is quick passing, movement. You need to play crazy football when you arrive up front. And this is exactly what happened last season and yesterday. So if they can keep that, for ages, for years and years, Guardiola tried to find a solution, because it was so slow. They were doing passing all the time, but they were not going into the penalty area. And it changed with Allen and something, I can feel something coming with Arteta and Arsenal. So again, let's keep faith and confidence in Arteta because I'm pretty sure something good will happen.
Yeah. A quick one, Emmanuel, on Chelsea. We're all baffled by what's going on there, the money they've spent, and this season, the start they've had, 5 games, 5 points. Can you try and explain to us what's happening there?
It's very hard. For the last 2 years, it's been a mess at Chelsea, out and on the pitch. And, it's not easy when you buy so many young players, all together, when you change the direction on the team with new manager all the time, it's difficult. Serenity and stability is not something that has been in Chelsea for the last 2 years. So you need time, but in modern football, especially when you play for Chelsea, when you splash so much money, you don't have time. So as soon as the quicker, for Pochettino to find the best first 11 because this is something I don't understand. There are so many players, and every single game is making rotation. He doesn't know what kind of first 11 he can bring on the pitch all the time because so many players are so far away from their real level, and they have no confidence on the pitch. There is no link, no cohesion between the players, especially up front. The movement, the passing, they need to work on this. They need to bring something in the team, their understanding, and this is something that has to come from Pochettino. So in 5 games, I think they are late already, so they must hurry, yeah.
Yeah. Manu, Thierry Henry recently been appointed manager of France under 21. So if Thierry does well, is there a possibility you think one day he will manage France?
I hope for him, I think it's a wish for him, but it's been a dream as well for Zinedine Zidane. And for the moment, Didier Deschamps has been doing a great job. I think I don't remember a manager, a national manager that has been so successful with his team. For the last decade.
Yeah.
I can't remember how many trophies he has won with France, how many final he has played as well with his team. So I think he needs to wait, and he needs to prove as well that he can bring success with the second team on the national team.
Sure.
And this is something very important for him because since he started as a manager, he didn't get success. So for me, it's very important for him for his career.
To make this work, sure.
Yes, definitely. Yeah.
And also, look at England under 21s, and England's squad now is very strong, Manu. And I think the favourites to win the European Championships. You think France can go well?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, especially with the Olympic Games, coming next season. We know already that big players here in France they want to compete as well for European Games, just like Mbappé, for example.
Oh, great player.
Yeah, we have so many talented players, young talented players, as usual, in France. And I think they have a good chance to do something very good. I wish him all the best. It won't be easy, but I still believe that the fact that Thierry has been named manager of the second team, I think this is something new for the young players, and the motivation, the ambition has changed since he's been the manager.
Sure. Manu, just one last one. Martin Keown works for Talksport and Mr. Ray Parlour. What was Ray like in the dressing room, Manu?
Joy. Both guys. To be honest with you, if you put away the double we won altogether, the way the link between us, we were a bunch of friends, even if we were not the same nationality, we didn't speak the same language, the same culture, but it was a joy. I tried to imitate, to copy all the time Ray, the way he speaks, the way like this, It's so funny. And those guys, every single day, they were making fun in the dressing room. It was a joy to play and to be with them all the time.
Manu, listen, please join us anytime you like to come on Talksport. I really appreciate it, and have a lovely weekend coming up. Thank you.
You too. You take care.
Brilliant. Emmanuel Petit there. Great.